Like that.
Just like that.
That's what he does. I'm turning my mic up because I'm obviously not being heard here.
Who's hosting?
That's
We're
live here, boys.
We're
Jesus
live, man.
Christ.
Are we ready?
Done us.
Oh, we're live, yeah.
You're live already. Go for it.
Right. It's 8:20. It's Tuesday evening. It can only be one thing. This is the Arsenal's Better podcast.
And Smarty.
Hi, this is Don Matteo, and you are listening to the Ought to Know Better podcast. Let's do this.
Oh, a bit slow with that then, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, they say a week's long time in politics. It certainly is in football, and what a 6 days, 5 days Leeds United have. We are going to come to all that shortly, but I'll introduce that panel for this evening. We've got Mr. Positive Jay. Jay, good evening.
Evening, mate.
You well?
I'm fucking ecstatic.
Excellent. This is not the PG version before anyone says it's not quite yet.
Yes, we are live. You may hear a shit or bugger here, there, and everywhere.
We then get to my bottom left. Karl, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm all right, Stats, yeah. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Uplifted after the events of Friday night, which we'll come to very shortly. And, of course, the man that presses all the buttons, Evening Smarty.
Everyone's buttons, not just on the podcast. Yes,
always twiddling his knob.
Absolutely. Yeah. We have got a lot to get through. I know it's International Weekend this weekend. I'm sure you're all going to get jagged round here, there, and everywhere.
Seagull is with us.
Nice. Good evening to Alison and Martin Adam. Good evening to Bremner's Goes, and good evening to Michael Brown, my lord. Not that Michael Brown that had some appearances at Ellen Road between 2012 and 2014. Right. It's been another awful since I've been on here, and it's been possibly the biggest week of the Leeds United season after the events of what can only be described as unbelievable against Norwich City a week ago last Sunday. Leeds travelled to Molineux, probably more on hope and expectation, and 2-0 down without Bamford, Meslier, Click, Cooper, Llorente, Rafinha. What are you thinking, Jay? At 2-0 down half-time, thinking, here we go again?
Well, the Battle of Molineux, as I now call it. I went to see my nephew boxing, which he won, by the way. Jack, give him some of that, son. Proper leathered him. Just like we did in the second half, actually. You know.
I thought cockfights were illegal.
Anyway, so I mean, I was watching the first half in the bar at this place where we've gone to, and 2-0 down. I would, if I'd not paid for my beer, I'd have chucked it on the floor. Do you know what I mean? I were livid. I were absolutely fuming, and we just looked inept again. And I thought it was the Villa game again. I genuinely did. I thought that's it. We're down. You know, it's just, and that's the emotional roller coaster that we're on at the moment. It's you just veering from one extreme to another. 1 minute you're buzzing, the next minute your world's ending, and I don't know how much more of it I can take. But I mean, half time, I just thought that's it. You know, there's nothing here. Half the team's injured. We're really fucked now. Second half, I don't even know what to say. I went to the bar. I was queuing at half time, and by the time I'd got back to my seat, it were about 10 minutes in. Brother-in-law turns around and goes, "It's 2-2." And I was like, "What?" And I just, and then I was scrambling to get it on my phone again.
With 2 goals?
I didn't see him, no, because I was at the bar. Yeah, I didn't see him. So I was just like, Jesus Christ, Jesus. And I ran back to my seat, sat down, got my phone going again with that dodgy service I got off someone. And I started watching the rest of the game, and I was just buzzing. I was supposed to be watching boxing. I had one eye on it, but I was just, oh man. And I was buzzing. By the end of it, I was just fucking, I was ecstatic, mate. That's not even upset me tonight. That's how I was just like, I was on one, mate. I felt like taking my kit off and running up and down Woodhouse Lane. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no one wants that.
Well, obviously I didn't do it because I'm still here.
Also, we'll come to that shortly, Mike. Also, we've got an international break to come. It's probably come at the best time to try and reinvigorate the injured troops and what have you. Karl, you sat there. Meslier goes off. Klaassen comes on, and you think, what you're thinking at that point, that obviously Raul Jimenez gets sent off. Do you think leaking anything from that game at that point in the game?
I'm not going to lie. I did get a bit terrified when I saw Klaassen coming on, because I've seen him live maybe twice, and he hasn't. No offense to the lad, I know it's tough. He's moved from a different country and all that, but he didn't really inspire me at all when I saw him the 2 times I saw him, and I was a little nervous when he came on. But Jesus Christ, he totally put me in my place. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I couldn't have asked for a better performance from a keeper making his Premier League debut.
You're not the only one, Carl. I literally turned to my dad and I said, "Oh, we're fucked now." How wrong I was.
Yeah, well, like, he pulled off 2-3 exquisite saves. He punched the ball out that he essentially had no right winning, because he was at the back of a group of about 4 players. So you know that his kicking could be better. Like, but first game, I thought he really put me in my place. Now, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I think perhaps a lot of people as well. But I genuinely didn't think we were going to get anything out of that game at 2-0 down. I thought we played well enough to get something, but I didn't think we'd get the win. I thought, Jesus, like, this 4 players going off. Thank God Clicky has a fractured face, because we wouldn't have had a 4th sub otherwise. Like, so I literally took one for the team there. Fair play. But I was buzzing. I genuinely don't know. I know I said it after the Norwich game, but I don't know if I can do another 9 of them.
I know.
Honest to God, like, they should genuinely give out heart monitors at Ann Road now. I know most people have smart watches, like, but Jesus Christ, that was heavy. Like, that was heavy.
And Smarty, how important is it for the club to go into that international break now, 7 points clear of the relegation zone? Because if you lose that Wolves game, there's probably a different mentality with a bit of nervousness against Southampton game a week on Saturday. For me, it's absolutely vital. We've now got back-to-back victories. How does that impact on you going forward?
I think it's definitely calmed a few nerves, understandably. It could have been better with the, obviously reference to the injuries and all that sort of stuff. But, he's come out and said, or Marshall's come out and said that they're all fine and they'll all be okay. It's probably a blessing, really, let's be honest. The biscuit of Bamford, hopefully he'll be able to get himself sorted out by the time Southampton comes around, and what a couple of games to hit the ground running with after the international break as well. But yeah, just to echo what them guys, I said, as soon as I saw Klaassen coming on, I think I put a tweet on one, just like loads of laughing emojis and just good luck, lad. Because again, like Carl said, I've seen him come on, and playing under 23s, and he didn't look that up to scratch. But doff thy cap, sir. You did a great job. The whole lads did a great job. I'd written them off at 2-0 as well. I think I think I'd started doing some colouring in with Little and something like that at that point. I totally sacked it off. Saw Phile's tweet come through on my phone, match were on in the background, and thought, I hope they've turned up. We seem to be doing something. And gladly, what an absolute chuffing belting way to finish it. I think I walked the whole entire street up. When the third one went in. I had messages from our lass upstairs. Shut the fuck up, you idiot. The kids are in bed. Usual sort of stuff. But no, what a cracking game. And like I say, the international break's coming at an absolutely ideal point. For him to obviously go through the stuff with what he needs to embed into them guys, training wise, positional wise, blah 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 blah, and also for the injured lads to recover in time for Southampton at home.
Yeah, it's an important point that Michael Brown makes there, that he had a good game against Man United in the reserves on the weekend. Look, as a reserve goalkeeper, you never know when you're going to get called upon. And funnily enough, he's only the 3rd goalkeeper in Leeds United Premier League history to keep a clean sheet on his debut. The others being Paul Robinson in an 0-0 draw against Chelsea back in October '98, and Kiko Casilla against Southampton last season. We try and forget that one, but there you go. But yeah, for me, I'm sat there thinking it 2-0. I actually texted my mate saying game over, we're in a relegation battle. And I think that's probably what a lot of fans would have thought at half-time of that Wolves game. Whatever went on in the dressing room at Molineux at half-time was remarkable, and I don't want to look at the sending off. It's been done to death a little bit with Raul Jimenez sending off and what have you. And look, that for me doesn't allow Wolves to defend like they did. Yes, they've got a bit of nervousness about them, But once Leeds got the goal, I thought Luke Kelly was absolutely magnificent on the night. You just sent a shift in the momentum. And I thought once they got the second goal so quickly, I thought there was only one team who was going to go and win that game, Jay.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the same, to be honest. There were a couple of occasions, though, when they did come forward and I thought, oh, God. But we pulled it out of the bag and, you know, it were especially important to get something, I think, because of Everton winning against Newcastle.
Yeah.
So I don't think any of us expected them to do that.
No.
Probably not even Lampard, to be fair. But we will look back and, you know, these are the sort of games you remember, aren't they? These are the games that you remember at the end of a season. This could be, these two games with Norwich and Wolves could be like Swansea away. Yeah. And we look back at that. That's what I'm hoping for. And the swinging momentum there, I think, is massive. And a month ago, none of us sat here would have thought we'd string 2 wins together on the bounce against anybody. You know, we were that bad. And we've just gone out and done that.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. I mean, we can
start pretending.
No. We can digress and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, in hindsight, you're right. But at the end of the day, we would have never gone the whole season without getting any players back. You know, it was only a matter of time. We'd gone through a really tough stage of season when obviously it saw the back of Bielsa and stuff like that. But it was never going to be prolonged. It was never going to be forever. You know,
no, but we ain't
as
got
much as I like Marsh and all that sort of stuff, I don't for one second believe that Bielsa wouldn't have got any few results against these really fucking shit teams we've got coming up. I don't believe that for a second. So I understand what you're saying and I agree, but I think that's probably a bit over the top. But
yeah, with Allison and Marty's comment there, I love the needling on the bench. Calvin and Co. Team spirit is much improved. I think that was one of the main things that we could see, like. Just to see Rodrigo and the way he's acting now when he's like he was giving Harrison shit after the first goal for some reason. Don't know what it was, but it was good to see players like him stepping up and showing a bit of, I suppose, a bit of backbone, a bit of fight, and not just plodding around the pitch. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not sliding him off, but it's good to see him have that responsibility. It's kind of taking him out of his shell a little bit, you know.
Yeah, and it was good that he had to be in his bonnet about something, but he didn't let that take away from his game. He got on with the job, and he was still all in. You know, he didn't get in a mood. He didn't sulk. I mean, Marsh must have promised him a massive seafood paella at the end of the season or something, because he's done something to get the lad going, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely done something.
I think also psychologically, if you're an Everton fan and you're sat there watching it and your allegations are 2-0 down, and you're thinking, we've gained a massive increase psychologically going into the international break. An hour later, bang, Leeds have won 3-2 and increased the gap. And that
they're out of the FA Cup.
9 games, 10 games of the season makes it doubly difficult. I know they've got a really tough run in and have got to play Burnley to be rearranged. And I know they're in cup action over the weekend and they weren't great at Crystal Palace. But I just think we've taken an absolutely gigantic step over the last 2 weeks to staying in the league. And I'll ask you this, Smarty, how many more wins do you think we need to be absolutely assured of Premiership safety for 2022-2023?
I mean, the magic number's 35, and that's what they usually go off. I don't know, you know. I think it'll be around about that number. I mean, you know, season on season, it's been thereabouts.
Sorry, mate.
I think, God, I think, I don't know. I think it needs to be the benchmark, doesn't it? 35 points. But you never know. It really just depends. I mean, it's been towards the bottom of the league. It's been really poor, hasn't it? I mean, I know there has been. I don't think it was last season before when there were some really low scoring teams down there. You know, when Huddersfield went down and stuff like that, they scored some really, really low points and stuff. But you never know. You don't know the crunch at the end of the season. You know, there could be a turn of form. I think Norwich are gone, but there is a group. You know, Sells, Watford, Burnley, a few others that are going to be scrapping it out. I think if we can get some decent results against Watford and Southampton, it'll put us a bit of air between us and the rest, and then they can just fight it out. You know, there's Everton and Brentford potentially to drop into Brentford to drop underneath us, and then us to kind of hopefully put a bit of space between us and the rest. So I'm going to stick with 35. I think once we get to 35, we're home and dry, aren't we? I think that's a pretty safe bet, given how it's going this season. The
way I kind of looking at that as well, lads, is that we hadn't won since, what was it, West Ham away in the league.
Yeah.
And before Norwich, we hadn't won since West Ham away. And we still we never entered the bottom 3. that always gave me hope, because if we hadn't won since West Ham, and that was what, like the 16th of January.
Yeah.
Imagine like any other year in that league, we'd have been rock bottom at that point. Like, so I've looked at it that way and kind of taken a bit of a positive out of it from that point of view, because we went that long without picking up points. We still didn't enter the relegation zone.
I'm going to ask one for Statman, because I think I know this one. But how many points were we relegated with when we left the Premier League?
33.
What it? I thought it was 36.
I thought it was higher.
I think that's literally off the top of my head. I think
I'm going to use the power of Google whilst you.
Oh no!
Off the top of my head.
Do you know what I will say though? Just in reference to what you said, Karl, about not going into the bottom three, mathematically, with the games in hand, we could have. And I were worrying about this, to be honest. But I'm starting to come around to the way of thinking that, do you know what? We've got points on the board. They haven't. We're giving these teams a big amount of time with every.
Was it 33?
33. Sorry,
well done, mate. We're giving those teams. We're giving those teams a big amount to climb with every point we put on the board. So those games in hand are starting to become more of a millstone around their neck rather than an advantage, I think.
Fucking hell.
I think getting to 29 points was absolutely vital psychologically.
Huge.
Just the fact we've dragged Brentford and Newcastle back into where we are. You know,
and like Brentford are having a great season.
Apparently
so.
I've never looked at this, but you know who else were down there with us relatively close? 16th Man City and 14th Tottenham.
Yeah.
Big Six, my fucking ass. Big Six in the last bloody 5-6 years.
Although before the money came in for Man, I remember they actually beat Newcastle 1-0 the day before we lost to Portsmouth at Ellen Road, and that kind of kept them in the Premier League. And I've never doubted stats. Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate it.
My last game before we got relegated, and they went.
Mind the gap, Thomas Frank. That's right.
We digress, but I just feel it to go into international break 6 points better off than we were 2 weeks ago. The way we won the games as well. The players who are available for the internationals will go off bouncing. The rest will have recovery time and get hopefully ready for that Southampton game. We owe them one. Ellen Road on the 2nd of April. And hopefully we can come out. If we get 3 points from that, I think we're nearly there, because that's 32 points. And you go into that Watford game, you can win that game with absolutely buzzing at Vicarage Road. And we'll see from that. The only disappointment I've got, and I think Luke did as well, I went 2-2 on Friday night, and I was very nearly close, which brings us nicely into the link that is the Prediction League.
Oh, smart.
No.
No better predictions.
Get it right.
It's live crack.
I was just looking through. I heard him going, and I was just looking through last year's Premier League table. 29 points had kept someone safe last season. But anyway,
really?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Well,
over to you,
Gillies helpfully sent me the predictions from last week, so I'm just going to run through these quickly. So we start off with Mad Adam, who went for a 2-2 draw, 0 points. Bren, 2-1 leads, so he gets 3 points. Gilly, 3-1 leads, so he gets 1 point. Myself, 2-1 leads, so 3 points, much needed, like Leeds. Karl, you got a 2-2 draw, so you're screwed, 0 points. This is what you get if you don't make your own predictions.
No,
pal.
That's bollocks, man. How have more people gone for 2-2? What's wrong with
There's
you?
about 8 of them on this list, I'm telling you.
For fuck's sake.
You're a Welshing bastard, Karl. That's what happened, you see.
Yeah, but I have a bit of faith in you, and clearly it's not shining through.
You don't want to put your faith in me, mate. I've been struggling this year.
You should put your faith in yourself, pal.
Yeah.
No, because you remember what happened last time?
Well, next we've got Luke, another 2-2 draw, 0 points. Render, 2-2 draw, 0 points. Rex, well, he went 2-0 Wolves, and he's got the -5 he deserves.
Oh,
that's right.
Let that be a lesson to you, Jason.
That is right.
No faith. Cy Johnson, you'll be surprised to hear 2-2 draw. Smarty, 2-1 lead, so it's 3 points for you, sunshine.
Fucking there.
You pulled up that anchor, son.
Get on.
Then we got Stats with also a 2-2 draw. Expected better of you. You've lost 4.
I nearly got it. Nearly.
The fans, some guy with a weird name, Solanum Linianum. He went for 1-0 Leeds. So, yeah.
The Abu Dhabi White.
Points for the fans.
Man, the fans are kicking our asses. Are they still top, are they?
Well, I'm going to get to that.
Oh.
So, bottom of the table now on 9 points is Rex.
Single figure wanker.
Then comes Smarty on 13. You've pulled yourself up, mate.
Yeah,
You're on the climb now.
Fucking flying now. That's it. They're in.
Then it's Render, Cy Johnson, and Karl all on 15.
Not bad.
2 points, mate.
Myself
Reeling
on
you
18.
in now.
Then we've got Bren on 20. We've got Gilly on 21. Adam on 22. Luke on 23. Stats on 25. And the fans on 26. It's getting tight at the top. It's getting tight at the top, lads.
Wow.
So, yeah.
From Murfield.
8 games left. Is there a prize at the end of this?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to host the main pod on your own.
You get rounding at Peacock.
That's it.
Buying food at Flying
We
Pizza.
will be back, of course, next week for the next round of prediction. Of course, we've got no game this weekend. And just a footnote to that, the game against Chelsea on the 16th, 17th of April has now been rearranged because Chelsea are in an FA Cup semi-final action.
Because Chelsea are scumbags.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that. I'm trying to be kind.
I can't knock him because I wasn't going to be able to make that game because it was a bank holiday, but now I can. So
Which the only frustrating thing is, for the first time in our history, we don't have any football over Christmas or Easter, which is a bit annoying. But there you go. So that'll probably be arranged in middle of May, I'm guessing, once they progress to the Champions League. But yeah, it's you get to choose a charity partner for next season. Lovely. Charity starts at home, I thought, but hey, we digress. But we'll be back next week, so get your thinking caps on.
Stats Wedding Fund.
Something like that, yeah. I don't know if Evan's watching this one. I think she's watching EastEnders, actually. It could be for me, the no-nos. I don't know if Frank Butcher's still in it or Grant Mitchell, but I've not watched EastEnders in 20-odd years.
Fucking hell, Stats. I think they've been out of it longer than we've been out of Premier League.
They probably have, actually. Yeah. But, yeah, we'll be back in a I'll say this time next week, whoever's on for the Southampton game. We've got a decent-ish record raging and book flights to Chelsea. Oh, we're sorry. Hopefully you can get some
flights. Where are you from?
Yeah, where are you flying from?
Yeah, where are you from, Marty?
I'm going for somewhere in Ireland with Marty Adams.
Yeah, you could be right. It could be Ireland.
I'll go.
We also did the double in Southampton last season, so hopefully we owe them one.
Turns around and says I'm in America.
Unless they're really posh and really rich and they live down south somewhere like Southampton or something.
That's it. Just flying everywhere.
Nice segue, but yeah, get your thinking.
Flying from Cornwall.
I just want to touch very quickly on a Southampton game. I know it's 10, 11 days off. Ireland. There you go. Good evening. Good evening, Alison and Marty. Hope all is well.
Does Marty not like us, Alison?
Yeah, like we can get Alison to tweet the pod or something. Let's find out what this like. I'm sure Marty's there in the background. She's just a faster typer.
I think what's good about the Southampton game, it's Saturday, it's 3:00. Traditional kickoff time, week on Saturday. The crowd will be absolutely buzzing. Southampton are a little. I don't like using the term on the beach because I think it's quite derogatory to teams, but it gives an opportunity, doesn't it, Jay, to further pull away from relegation scrap.
It does, mate, yeah. And what I'm mainly hoping for is that they repeat some of the suicide defending that they did against Watford because, Jesus Christ. Did any of you see that?
Yeah.
There's some hospital passes going on there, weren't there?
Oh, man. Handing them the game, they were.
You can absolutely guarantee they won't do that against us. Nobody ever does.
Prime Brazil.
You know, I don't think they're any tougher than Wolves were. So if we can get a result against Wolves, that's got to give us some belief and some hope.
Absolutely. And I think Hassan Huttle's done a really good job at Southampton, but it just feels like, Smarty, the season's just dying a little bit, doesn't it, at the moment at St Mary's?
Well, fuck them.
Short, sweet, to the point.
We're going to go up there. We're going to play really shit in first half again, and then we're going to turn them over in second half after I think Jesse Marshall's given them all a line of fucking whatever he's giving them at half time.
I
don't know. Southampton.
Obviously we'll see this time next week what the injury situation is like with Bamford, Melier, Click, Llorente, Rafinha. I think Robin Cox is the one that's gone down with COVID by the looks of things today as well. He hasn't gone on tour with Germany. I don't know if that's true or not. I just saw that on Twitter. I don't know if that's true. or not. But I suppose in a way, if that is the case, it's a good time to get it like Rafinha has. That they've got no game this weekend and they can just R&R and get ready for the running basically with 8 games in such a short space of time, Carl.
Well, yeah, the old isolation time now has dropped like a stone. So
Yeah.
I think that's a it's all right. Like, but I don't know. I've got my own worries now over this international break to be kind of contending with. So it's not going to be any less stressful for me. So Italy are playing in their World Cup qualifier. So
yes,
that's going to be tense. So yeah.
I was literally going to say that, Brendan's go. Of course, February 1972, that Leeds got their famous 7-0 victory. Poor old Santa just
flipped off his keyboard there with the old caps lock. The Irish as well.
And then, of course, we had back-to-back home victories against Man United 5-0. Never forget a reason to put that in, and Southampton 7-0. So, yeah, and of course, just touching on the internationals for Carl there. Italy, massive game coming up in the qualifiers. They play the winners of the Portugal tie, I believe, don't they?
Yeah, that's so it could be a case that neither Portugal or Italy will be going to a World Cup if they don't win their first round games, I think. But it'll be
a terrible shame.
Yeah, it would be, for England because
one thing I will say,
be careful.
How weird is it going to be come November this year? We've got a World Cup in Qatar. It just feels really bizarre that the season's going to stop for 4 weeks, come back on Boxing Day. Who knows what players are going to get called up, what stage every team's going to be. How weird is that going to be, Jay, come sort of back end of this year?
It's going to be
Do you know what? I didn't hear any of that stats because I was reading these comments.
Does Jay have to say?
I'm like Tom Cruise, mate. I'm like Tom Cruise. Really fucking sexy. Really sexy and talented, but a bit short. I'll take it.
He wears them stat heels as well, man.
A bit like
me.
Mate.
A bit like
me.
But yeah,
dwarves do have bigger heads than normal people.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Good song, Smarty.
I love you, mate. I didn't take a piss out of you tonight, and I'm not doing because it was horrible last week.
Hey.
I really felt for you. I didn't enjoy a single minute of it last week.
I'm sure you didn't. I'm like Teflon me. Don't affect me.
He says that with a smile on his face. But yeah, how weird is it going to be come November when there's no domestic football? And for the first time in our lifetime, it's going to be a World Cup in Qatar in the winter.
I don't even know what to make of that, to be honest with you. It's just going to be really strange. I think what I'm going to do is sit outside in hot tub in freezing temperatures and watch football on an iPad.
Sitting in his own filth in his bloody bathing garden.
Yeah, but because I'm tiny, I only have to sit in a washing up tub, so it's all right. Fish tank heater in it.
I was just going to say,
tank
kitchen sink.
Yeah, it's all right, mate. Nice and cheap, no expense spared.
I think what you have to look at, what is a Brucey bonus is the fact that we won't be losing a lot of players. If we were under Bielsa still and we only had 6 players in his first team anyway, we'd be losing them all. We wouldn't be able to fulfill frigging games, would we? We'd be postponing them. All under 23s would be getting used. Hopefully, we'll make a shitload of signings, not too many, like Cellino when he signed about 14 Italians or something.
And then made them trade the river.
Dario Del Fabbro and Brian Montenegro to name but 2, but we died.
Yeah. Which one was banging his daughter?
Was that Zen Benedicic?
Oh, that's can't say things like that, Carl. Allegedly.
Family show, Carl.
Allegedly. Which player was allegedly absolutely lashing his daughter out of it? Like
allegedly. There were times we like to try and forget. The very strange times.
But it's weird that he should pop into the conversation after I don't know. Someone put it up on their Twitter during the week. Then Cellino We Trust flag came up on their time.
Oh, yes, I saw that one.
Yes. The infamous bed sheet.
Oh, man, yeah.
I think it shows how far we've come as a football club since those infamous days. And I remember going to a Bolton game at Ellen Road and I had the coffin, and which I thought was a bit uncalled for. The death of the football club. And I thought that was really a bit harsh, to be honest with you. And we can kind of look back now and think, bloody hell, fire. We're a Premier League club with 2-3 wins away.
Aye.
I'm not going to read that one out. I don't want to be sued. Thank you very much. Belushi might get out the spreadsheets. I might just get more spreadsheets out for him. It was a very strange time, and I think one day we'll do a proper pod looking back over the last 10, 15 years. It was probably when Gary Monk came in that things slowly started to settle down in the summer of 2016, and things started to get back a little bit on an even keel. But some of the things that went on at Ellen Road during that period, will never be forgotten.
No one can say that we haven't earned the right to enjoy being there now. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
No one can say we haven't earned what we've got now.
Yeah,
we have put with a lot of shit. When you see these fans of clubs like fucking Liverpool and stuff, it's been a hard season, it's terrible. I don't want to hear it. You don't know what an hard season fucking is.
Yeah.
You entitled pricks.
Anyway,
you
that's
know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's a totally other pod, but it's
He's
very
the voice
easy
of
to go
reason
off
it's Carl tonight, isn't he? Where have you been for age? You like the anchor, aren't you? Come on now.
Carl looks like he's waiting for it to end. He just wants to go back to sleep.
I'm all right. Like I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
A little bit.
Anyway, we digress. We're just about halfway through the show. Hope those that are watching are really enjoying it. It's now time for one of the segments I really do enjoy, and I think we might all enjoy this one this evening. Time.
Twitter poll results.
Thank you very much.
There we go.
Smarty, it's over to you.
This is Smarty's domain.
Indeed, this is my part of the show. Each week we ask the listeners to choose a main subject for the pod via a Twitter poll. This week's was a bit of a laugh option, and it's won. So, is Wolverhampton still drowning from at Wolves Truth's tears? That one. So I think we might have to move into second place, which was is Rodrigo finally hitting some form? Rodri going for it. In third place was Hot to Trot, who goes in summer, and in last place have the results been manager bounce or luck? And we certainly don't do luck, do we? So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about the Wolves fans' reactions and all that.
We have to, because
I know we've got a few little bits. I know Gilly's knocking about in the background somewhere, ready to.
We've prepared some material specially.
So we'll talk about the Wolves stuff first, and then we might obviously have a little chin wag about Rodrigo and his form currently at the minute. But Jay, or whoever wants to go first, do you want to talk a little bit about Wolves Truth? Has anyone had any interaction with him over the week?
Let's let someone else go. Go
on. Look, I said this off air. I think.
Hold on.
To know better with Rachel added.
Well, you have to play it all, or you only play.
We need to cut that. Drop it somehow. Because I'm just like, the fuck's he doing? What's he doing?
Brilliant.
Sorry, Stats. Carry on, man.
Twitter can be great at times for football. Twitter can also be Groundhog Day on social media. As a football fan, I don't just mean this in general as a Leeds fan, sometimes you just got to hold your hands up and say you got beat in the end. And I've seen a lot of the comments on social media. I try and ignore them because I don't get into spats on social media because you're wasting your time at times. And people do it to wind up other fans. Now, the account that we've all seen is the Wolves Truth account. The person behind that account is still going on about it 4 days after the event. They've lost the game. Okay, the red card might have been dodgy. I don't know. Look, it went our way. We've had decisions this season that have gone against us. As a football fan, you've got to accept that. Of course, it's not nice to turn away 2-0 lead at home against relegation haunted side that have gone on to win 3-2. But come on, take your chill pill and get on with it. And yeah, basically, there's more I probably could say about that, but I don't want to get myself into trouble. But
it's kind of pointless asking Carl because he's a naughty boy, and he's still on Twitter, which is why we normally get a few little random tweets from our main pod account, including some sort of scum terminology being banned.
Terminology.
I'm joking. Get back in your box.
Don't make me go on a fucking Wolves Truth one. All right.
Oh God.
Jay, what do you reckon? Did you have any chin wags with any Wolves fans? Have you been upsetting anyone?
I did respond to the Wolves Truth guy a couple of times. I can't really remember what I said other than something along the lines of, mate, your team are shit at football and they bottled it. Get over it, It's just, I'm aghast. I'm absolutely aghast. I can't tell if he's genuinely like that upset or if he's on a wind-up.
Yeah.
Just some of the stuff that he's come out with. I mean, he's just saying all sorts, saying we shit at footy. He's posting pictures of people from Coronation Street and saying that's Bamford and Phillips, that were almost funny, that one. I'll give him that one. But the main theme that I have seen from all these Wolves fans, and this guy has really stoked the fire because he's the one that's been flying the flag and keeping it going for 4 or 5 days, But the main thing that I've noticed is that not one of them has mentioned the dive by Jimenez that got strike booked. Not a single one of them. I mean, how can you
will
get
they?
that upset?
Why would they?
How can you get that upset about a perceived slight when you've got away with one?
Because that doesn't affect them.
But the referee is on our side apparently now. After all the shit we've had with refs, apparently now they're in our pocket.
Like the video on the brand I'm looking right now.
That's what I was saying in the group as well. I was like, all these, like
there we go,
Wolves fans.
And that's not a yellow apparently.
Yeah, that's not a yellow.
He's not played the ball there at all.
Has he?
He knows he's not getting it.
He's pulled out before he's got there and just running at the man.
No, what he's done is he's running to Melia, hoping to get a free kick because that's what he's done.
Yeah.
He's arrived late. He's thought, fuck it, I'm not going to get the ball, but at least if he takes me out, then it's a free kick. Well, actually, no, you're a dickhead, and your forearm smashed him in the fucking face.
And when you see it from the other angle, you see the forearm across his head, and you see the knee going into his hip, his chest, or wherever.
He's just a dirty fucking prick. I can't stand it.
When
Genuinely hope he stands on some Lego bricks.
When he fouled Cock in the center of the pitch, and then he went down like he'd been fouled, and he was lying there, and it was like,
when he was his first booking, that one,
yeah.
And he kind of twisted.
I was sitting there watching. I was like, hold on, why is he down? Like, why is he
the same
on the
thing?
ground?
He's done the same thing there. He's arrived late,
thinking he'd get away.
But he's tried to make it look so he's been completely taken out.
Yeah.
So it makes it look worse for him. So he gets a free kick. He's
The only way he wins that free kick is if he wins the ball. That's it.
What?
Can
I also make the point that not one Wolves fan has had a comment on Jan Martino's tackle on Stuart Dallas?
Well, the
That's another one, Stats.
Which is a
another one
clear
that
red card.
Hold on,
the guy
this is
smashed him knee high.
This is the thing, right? People will moan, people will sit there and fucking cry and bleat about, we've been so hard done to and the ref's biased and all that sort of fucking shit. They completely bypass and overlook any sort of wrongdoing that their team's on because that does not affect them.
Yeah,
correct. So they don't give a shit. Oh, that's not to do with me. I don't give a fuck.
Now
but
they say what AJ said.
You've been given a free kick or you've had our player sent off when it were, blah. Fucking get in the bin. You set us off bastards.
Exactly, mate. They say what AJ said about Dallas getting high boot and VAR fucked off. VAR fucked that off, and VAR fucked off the yellow that Stroik got. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that VAR is there to pick up on clear and obvious errors by the officials. Is a yellow card for a guy that never touched the other guy not a clear and obvious error? It is, isn't it?
I don't know if it's clear and obvious because it's only when you. Sorry, Carl. You need to turn your mic up a little bit, mate. Sorry.
All right, man. Are you telling me I can finish what I was going to say?
Go on.
Go on. If Jimenez has clearly fallen over and Struik's got booked, then the opposite should be Jimenez getting booked for simulation and Struik not getting anything, which would have been the correct outcome.
You can't. So
that's literally where I was going for. The only thing they can do, unless it's I think it's only a red, or for goal stuff.
But that means it's not fit for purpose. What's the point?
And any sort of obvious errors, where it's that should have been a red card. I think you should go and have a look at it. That was handball. It wasn't handball. I think we should go and have a look. Anything in around. It's bollocks because they should get into absolutely everything. Any sort of foul play off the ball or anything like that. Any sort of sidelines shit. Imagine if we'd have had bloody VAR looking at the sidelines when Alioski were getting fucking bullied around at Bristol and all that sort of stuff. It'd completely eradicate any sort of wrongdoing and any sort of shithousery going on in the game. It would do, of course it would. And if they actually had some bollocks and sent people off or yellow carded players for simulation or anything like that, that's the only way that you're going to make it any better. Because these fucking wankers will just throw themselves all over the floor. I don't know if there's any truth in it, but I saw someone on Twitter post that the Wolves players had spent more time on the floor than us, who'd had 4 substitutions due to injury.
I just want to see the dive again. It's the last half of that same video, Gilly says, so I'm just going to play it.
The last half?
Yeah, it must be longer.
Like, he's absolutely clocked Melia there. Like,
he said the last half, but it seems to just keep playing the same thing to me.
There you go. There you go. Look at that.
But the thing is,
look at that.
Challenge it. He just accepts a yellow card.
Which is bizarre.
He's running away from him to leave him for Forshaw.
You can see he leaps like a salmon.
No, he trails his leg like they used to do in penalties and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's like he goes forward, like
it's bullshit.
And that led to their second goal, which on another night could have killed the game. But I think
not a single Wolves fan has mentioned it.
Yeah,
because
they only
VAR.
Yeah,
with the red card, should it not have intervened for the Dallas one then?
It should have. It should have.
Or does it only intervene?
It wasn't picked up by the referee. That's why. If it was picked up by the referee,
and obvious
and he carded him, they can go, oh no, I think you should have a look at that.
That's fucking ridiculous.
I know, it's bollocks. And it needs looking at. I know, Jay. I know.
The whole system's fucked.
How many times have we been absolutely fucking done over by wankers in a pissing box somewhere?
Do you know what, though?
Wanking each other off.
This conversation in itself shows that fans generally don't understand when VAR should and shouldn't step in.
I'd quite happily not have it. I'd quite happily not have it.
I would, yeah. But maybe they should make that clear.
Good old-fashioned refereeing. It's like these pricks, absolute fucking flag nonsense. There's a guy clearly offside. Clearly.
Oh, yeah.
4 fucking yard offside. But what actually physically... I mean...
I hate
understand.
I hate that.
Like when Bamford got through and actually didn't touch the ball and then it was claimed offside. I understand there's a way of looking at it like that. But when there's a guy literally fucking running away with ball after he's fucking been about a mile offside, put your pissing flag up. In fact, put up your fucking ass, you twats.
Smarty's on one tonight.
I can't do with them linos, man. They're fucking shit.
But the other thing as well, right? We don't mean to digress now, but the thing was as well. You see, AJ's on to something here, man. He's been watching
like the idea of rotating refs from different leagues, definitely.
I hate the fact that linesmen now are waiting for the referee to give a fucking signal as to which way the throw-in's going before they put up their flag. You're there to assist the referee, assist the motherfucker.
Yeah,
he's 40 yards away. You're right beside it. Give the fucking throw-in. Anyway, sorry.
Like, one thing for the referees is if he's offside, put your flag up straight away. Don't let the play go on 5 seconds later.
But the thing is that there's players getting injured.
Yeah.
Because
plays continued. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
You can see players getting stuck into linesmen and all that sort of stuff all the time. Put your fucking flag up. Put your flag up. All that sort of stuff. You can see him gesturing to him even.
Yeah.
Is this half his flag? You don't want to see me unhappy, mate. You do not want to see a very unhappy Smarty. It's not pretty.
Turns green, man. Not angry. He's just like a light shade of green.
That's just from drinking pints
tonight. Mike Dean, our good friend Mike Dean, will be retiring.
Good.
From on-field refereeing to have a career as a VAR official by the looks of things.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
What? No, seriously.
Well, listen, just to like
actually running round, and he's just going to be sat behind a TV with his barbers, and he's
just to lighten the mood a little, because we're still technically supposed to be discussing salty Wolves fans. So I just want to bring up this lass, and she made me laugh, man. Apparently, I will mitigate this on her behalf and just say that apparently, from what I've read, she did actually say some decent things about us as fans and as a team in the entire video. But this bit is quality, man. So here we go.
They're throwing the chairs. What absolute... It's so clear how much we're missing Neves and Raul. 2-0. They're in a relegation battle. It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
They throw the cheers everywhere. The fucking in fact, it's not even that strong.
That's not Scouse, Matt.
Gilly's a knob, by the way, for putting that in that video.
Jay loves Gilly.
You know, some of the vlogs are good to watch. If you're not there at the game, it's good to see it from an opposing point of view and what have you. And I think from what I've read, that particular person has done said a lot of nice things about Leeds. And I think it's just that one little bit that if you're going to vlog, you are going to put yourself out there, you're going to put yourself on a pedestal. Especially in this day and age of social media, and you probably are going to get a little bit of criticism. But
look at us.
Yeah.
Four monkeys allowed go live online, like it's mad.
Yeah. All I can say, I can't really go watch along on Friday night because I don't think there'll be many computer screens left or anything like that. So
I don't think so.
But yeah, one thing I did want to touch on is what Smarty sort of talked on the second bit of the poll. She went up at the pub, lovely. Rodrigo, he seems to be a bit of a caged animal, really, doesn't he, Jay? The last two performances have been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, he's just been a different player, hasn't he? I mean, we've seen it before where he's had them little runs of form where he had that run up front the previous season. He did all right, but I don't know, he looks different, doesn't he? There's like a fire in his belly. He's trying to take games by scruff at neck and get involved and pull the team up with him. And you know, this is what you expect to see from a £27 million player, isn't it? You know, not like somebody sort of jogging around half-heartedly like, like he has been a lot of the time. I don't know what's changed.
No.
Apart from, obviously the manager, but I mean, what he's said to him that's different or would have motivated him more than what Bielsa said. But something's there. Something's got him going. Maybe he's been told, if we get relegated, you're not getting sold, you're staying and you're taking a pay cut.
Yeah.
Maybe that's motivated him. Who knows?
Like I've heard
it is, let's keep it going.
I've heard a lot of people speak about how Jesse Marsh is very man management, one-to-one. And Bielsa, although the players loved him for what he did, he even said himself that he never got too close to players because he wanted to keep a professional, relationship.
Yeah.
Sometimes players need an arm around them just to kind of be like, look, £27 million player, get your fucking shit together, will you? But not to that extent, like, but you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing, like, he was. He was. And to be fair, if he, I'm not going to finish that.
Go on. Say it live. Go on.
No, I'm not.
For our audio listeners, you've got
I can't.
I can't.
I have to
it's
drop
part
a
of the
C-bomb.
experience. It's a family show, but you've got to say it. Go on.
I have to drop a C-bomb to do it. I'm not doing it. No.
I still don't know how to say your name, mate. Sol. I'm just going to call you Sol.
Sol, yeah.
Rodrigo running around like a dog with
Sol.
two dicks. If that's leadership council effect, then it's a good thing.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, as I say, seems to have been unplayable the last two games and can't get his own back.
Carl doesn't watch any BNC. He doesn't watch anything he's not involved in. He's a shit house.
I do.
Well,
I always watch
he was involved this time, technically. It's just that he got involved 20 minutes late, that's all.
I did, to be fair, but I turned up.
One thing I did want to touch on, just to digress away from the poll, we're coming up to that period of the season, play of the year. I know we've still got 8 games left between now and the end of the season, and a lot could happen, hopefully, all for the positive touch wood. If I had to ask you, Jay, who's your player of the year, who would you choose at this moment in time?
Jesus Christ, purely on consistency, I'd probably look at Adam Forshaw, you know.
Great call.
Yep. There's no point in asking any of us because that's exactly who I'd have gone.
Yeah, I think the way we've been with injuries this season, had we not had him, would have been bottom.
I'm going to throw another name in the hat and go with Melier.
Yeah, great shout.
I did consider
you get that. Forshaw probably would be my first choice as well, but Melier's been outstanding in parts this season. He's kept us in games, when we had no right to be as well, and we would have suffered heavier defeats should he have not been in the sticks. So
I'll tell you something, Smarty. I have seen people calling for a change of keeper. Not many, but they are there. To those people, I say, fuck off.
just on Melier, I 100% agree with what you said, Smart. But the foreign refs and linos might whole English team. Nilpois. I do agree with what you're saying, but because what makes his performances over the course of the season more impressive is he's never had a steady back four in front of him.
Yeah,
and
absolutely. I've made that argument.
Yeah, but like that, I say that surely strengthens the argument for him. You know,
that's what I said.
Yeah,
that's what I said. That's what I'm saying. Like, what makes it more
calm
down to kind of go towards him is that he actually hasn't had that ref. Fucking.
You put your brain in.
I tried.
Fucking reset.
20p in him.
The dog's
farted. I'm now talking to the riddle. Jesus fucking Christ.
The dog's farts put me off. Yeah, so it just strengthens your case for Melia as a player of the season because he hasn't had that consistency in front of him. And look, but regardless of what you think of Cooper, he is a leader at the back, and we do look more solid with him in there. And that probably has a lot to do with it as well. He's a young keeper still at the end of the day. We seem to forget that. Like, he's only 21. So it's you know,
the guy's destined to be France's number one. He's destined
100%, man.
The only thing wrong with Melia for me is distribution, and that can be fixed.
Yeah.
He's got the ability in goal. He's got the shot stopping, the reflexes, the reactions. He reads the game. You know, those are the things that are harder to teach.
No, mind them.
Distribution,
like the little drag backs and the little Johan Cruyff turns that he doesn't doing in the box and making my arse fall out. Not good. Like, but you know, just shows it's you know, he could nearly play centre back at some point if we need.
And the other question for you, tune that. I think that won Eurovision in 70 something, but we digress. Cress was going to be captain if I thought he was brilliant. That's a very good point that Bremner's Ghost made. I thought he was brilliant in the cauldron of Molyneux on Friday night.
He was brilliant, wasn't he?
Calvin's captain next
and
season.
to digress further than that, it's just why isn't he? Or not, you know, when he's been available, why is he not being utilised more this season?
Yep.
You know, when we've really, really needed we've really, really needed a better striking force. We've needed someone up front, but we really have struggled at back this year. We've had
that kid sat there raring,
and we've had that lad who's as solid as a frigging rock sat on bench. You know,
and we've been putting Ayling at centre back.
Do you know what, man? Like, it's a great point you make.
That is a Bielsa failing.
Well, the thing is, he played against West Ham home and away, and he absolutely bossed Antonio both games. How many defenders at that age and the little experience he has in the Premier League can say that they would be able to do that against the likes of Antonio, or at all for that matter? So to see him come on and play really well. Look again as well.
I'm going to say something really controversial, Carl. Dare I say it?
Now.
Oh God, I'm going to get shit for saying this, but there are Rio Ferdinand levels of maturity to his game. I think for a player that age. And as much as a scummy, horrible bastard he was, you can't deny how good a player he was.
Very good.
When he played for us anyway, it was shit for them, obviously.
I would have said Woodgate myself, but you know.
You'd have been more PC about it all, wouldn't you?
I would.
That's it, but I don't, you know, go on that line in the middle. I just say what I think and fuck it.
You got ADHD.
You might deal with the consequences.
I might have, mate. Yeah, I'm going to.
You should get yourself checked out. You know.
I'm thinking about it.
The other question I want to ask you all, and again, there's still 8 games to go. Goal of the season.
Fucking hell.
Oh.
I think mine would be Bills against Man United at the start of the season.
Solid shout.
Oh, fucking see! You asked that question knowing exactly what you were going to say directly after, and then kipper us all.
When we've not been scoring hardly any in the last few months.
Yeah.
The others, I thought there'll be Stuart Dallas against Burnley that he killed in the top corner at the south stand end, and Jack Harrison's hat-trick goal against West Ham.
Oh, the dink over. Yeah.
And possibly Rafinha's goal against Everton in a 2-2 draw right back.
That was a good goal.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know without.
I'm sure there'll be questions that will be asked by everyone when it comes to the end of season awards and when the awards are given out, and hopefully that we're come what may had a Senate chief. Lovely.
That's fair enough. To be fair, that's
we're also talking age range as well, Bremner's.
I just meant for a young,
you know, Woody and
Jay's only been a fan for the last few years. He doesn't know where thing is.
Do we want to start talking about who people supported when they were kids, Smarty?
Do you want? People know this. Take one, yeah.
No, I'm not that awful to be.
Go on, mate. I don't mind.
I won't throw you under a bus, mate. Don't worry.
Anyway,
but yeah, I was talking about for a youngster coming through. I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really compare with the Chief.
I tell you what,
he was the fucking man, but you can't compare for a
there
youngster.
was a
will be
reason
interesting.
Ferguson always tried to fucking sign him, wasn't it? It's not because he was shit.
Yeah, and he turned it down.
It's Woodgate for me, lads. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I did say Woodgate.
I know you did, mate. I know you did. But it's over all of them. You know, even Chief. You know, Woodgate were just really.
I loved Woodgate.
He were awesome. Jonathan Woodgate were awesome.
I think
when you look at like
go on.
the media and people outside of Leeds and things like that, Ferdinand's regarded as one of the best defenders of his generation, isn't he? So I'm just sort of saying there were that sort of promise in Cresswell. I'm not saying, you know, anything else. I'm just saying that kind of promise there for me. The fact he played like that against West Ham, the fact he played so well against Wolves, it's just got a maturity of a better player. Do you know what I mean? Of a top player. It could grow into something really special. That's what I'm trying to say.
This guy,
a footballer, and he knows.
A man who actually played with these players could give us a little bit of a threat talk and tell us exactly what they were like to play with. But instead, he sat in his underpants at home in Birmingham. Fucking get yourself on side, for fuck's sake.
Oh, God.
You've got access to the link, man.
Jesus question. And it's going to be very.
He'll not get involved again after that.
He probably won't. Who on earth did you pick his young player of the year? Gellart?
Oh, jeez.
He's got to
played enough.
As far as impact
Well, that's
goes.
the other side, isn't it? Yeah.
None of them have really played enough.
Look how many points he's given us, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Melier, he'd get it 'cause he's still 21, isn't he?
Yeah, but yeah, all right, fair play, yeah. But you know, as far as he's more of an established player, when we're looking at under 23s and stuff like that, you know, there's an argument for Gellart. But yeah, you're probably right. Again,
yeah,
you know,
I know what you mean. If you're looking at it as who do you think is the one that's contributed the most from the pool outside the normal first team squad, then it probably would be Joffrey.
I mean, as far as substitutions go, you know, again, we relied on a young 19-year-old to come and pull us out of shit when we've got frigging Tyler Roberts. You know, literally
injured.
Not fucking bothered.
Injured.
I mean, lads, don't you want to fucking hell? Well, you know, whatever.
Right.
Hey, listen, we are, before you move on, mate,
yes.
What we can say is we are very, very blessed with some actual really special
phenomenal youngsters. And
to come in.
I think that goes down to the job that Adam Underwood does at Thorpe Arch and the job that Mark Jackson has done. I know he's obviously been, and he deserved his promotion to first team. Andrew Taylor's now taking over the 23s. Had a great result, obviously, against Man United. Cry from Bailey Peacock winning it in 2018. And yeah, the whole academy set up. And I think a stat that I always use for over 600 and something games, I think it's 615 games or something, with named an academy prospect in the matchday squad. And that goes back to Simon Grayson's era at Ellen Road, and I think that's just phenomenal how many keep coming off the conveyor belt at Ellen Road, and obviously the likes of Lewis Cook, Sam Barham, Alex Mowat, Charlie Taylor, and that sort of mid-2010 era, and they keep on coming. Jamie Shackleton, Simon Johnson. Get Simon Johnson, another one that came through the academy at Ellen Road. Made his coming up to his anniversary of his debut, Simon Johnson, April the 5th, 2003, in a 6-1 victory.
Getting bubbly out.
I shared a stat on his timeline the other day, actually, about some. I think someone just equaled his record. I don't know if it was Clayson, either were they?
Yes,
it was Clayson. Yeah, because wasn't he the last academy player to
make a debut with a win or something
in a clean sheet? Or a win. Sorry.
Yes, with a win.
You're probably correct us. You never know. He might start typing. I don't know how quickly he types.
If we're doing stats, I will just mention. And I'm going to just admit I nicked this off Square Ball propaganda when I listened to it earlier, but Mark Jackson, he got booked, didn't he? 25 years apart for his last booking.
He did.
For Leeds. 25 years between bookings. We've got the kid on the bench who also got a booking.
Noah Kenner.
For us.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Never played a ball.
No Premier League minutes, but he's got a Premier League booking.
Which actually takes me back to a little story when Coventry played Blackburn in 95-6. Coventry won 5-0 at Highfield Road in the snow. Tim Flowers was a substitute goalkeeper for Blackburn. He got sent off. He didn't go on the pitch. He got sent off. I think that's one of the only times that a player that's... They didn't actually affect the team because they still had 11 men on the pitch. Just couldn't bring it. I've never understood that, but...
That's insane.
Hey-ho. But, yeah, it's come to that time, and it's just flown by the last hour. I just want to check round the room. Is there any other business? It's like a team meeting, doesn't it? Any other business?
I will just say I'm having a can of Pundit Games beer. Friends of the pod. So it's Carl.
Other beers not available.
Furnished us with a couple the other night.
Stats, you're not allowed to get involved in this. It's one for the comments. There's a question on the back of the can.
Go on.
So fastest finger first in the comments.
There were some fast fingers, Carl.
I'd imagine there are. This player played a big part of Coventry's survival in 95-96 Prem season with 8 goals. He started his career with Leeds but lost his place to Tony Yeboah. Ron Atkinson at Coventry was able to secure services with help from Gordon Strachan. Who is the player? Stats, you're not allowed.
Coventry.
Oh, Bremner's ghost
there we
has
go.
got itchy trigger fingers.
No, Whelan. There he is.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And
just slightly pipped there.
It's on there,
Slightly
upside
pipped.
down, but my can's open. So.
And just some news. I've been in contact with the guys there. I will be making up some Leeds questions for the Leeds United quiz box, which I'm very honoured to be part of, which is great. And just so they'll be hopefully for a couple of weeks.
I believe they're going to host another night in April. I think at Glasgow.
I'm going to try and get to this next one.
7th of April in Golacho.
We'll get down there.
So
there'll be beers, and it's actually a decent beer, to be fair.
It's actually quite nice. Yeah.
You're not going to say it's like horse piss, are you?
No, it's actually.
Well, it's from the Three Brothers Brewery. Yeah, Three Brothers Brewery's all right.
I won't be sat here drinking it in my own time if it wasn't any good, Smarty. They haven't paid us.
Carl, any other business coming from your end?
No, just everyone have their fingers and toes crossed for the World Cup qualifiers, and that's about the size of it.
Yeah, my missus certainly will be. She's a big Italian fan, and yes, I've been winding her up. So I extremely love a quiz. I don't know.
It's not really a quiz. It's a board game.
It's a board game.
Yeah,
it's like you're playing a quiz, but against another team, and you play other teams.
Yeah.
So it's not perfect for that because you can't really join in. But we might do a broadcast.
We might stream it.
Gilly did stream a little bit on the night, but it sounded like violins were being attacked by cats.
We're still learning how to do that properly, so we'll see. We're working on
if you do want a quiz, I'm hosting the Leeds United Supporters Group annual quiz down at Ellen Road in the Garage Speed Suite on April the 14th for all the different branches down there. And unfortunately, it'll be a very emotional night because the Griffin branch have lost 2 members in the last couple of weeks. Wendy Fulthorpe, very, very good member of the Griffin branch, sadly passed away a couple of weeks ago. And then 6 days later, Simon Sargent sadly passed away. Who's, if you've ever visited the programme cabin outside the South Stand, outside the Peacock, they're always there. Phil Beaton's always there with his smile face, Dave Gardner and Simon and Wendy, God rest their souls. And be a very sad occasion celebrating their lives. They were all very good pals of mine. And yeah, get yourself down there on April the 14th, Gary Speed Suite, 7 o'clock. I'll be there with the host with the most, having some questions, having a bit of fun. And there will be trophies handed out for the winners as well. So if you're part of the branch, you want to join up with the branch, get in contact with myself. I'm here on Twitter and I'll send you all the details.
And just one thing, our condolences to the friends and family of
very sad
who passed away.
100%.
Yeah, it's very sad when anyone, especially people that you know as well, especially people you know through football as well, as it is always very sad. But we'll try and raise a glass to them both. They've both been staunch sponsors of Leeds United Football Club, and we'll raise a glass to them on the night of April the 14th. So there we go. Smarty, anything from you at all?
I could go all night, mate, Stats.
Aye. It's past the watershed.
I don't know. I think there's one thing that's pissed me off this week. Is entitled little pricks on Twitter are starting to really, really grip my shit. I'll be totally honest with you.
I'm hearing you, pal.
Not necessarily me, but someone else. Because I had some altercations and I've stepped in a few times, and it's just this one-upmanship on Twitter. Should we do an ought to know bitter fucking thing now? I don't know. I can't.
You could do an Orton or bitter rant to finish us off, Smarts, and then
that's right. You know,
it's
hang on.
Do this
Orton no bitter.
There you go.
Why don't do the whole thing?
Yeah, why don't you do the whole thing, Jay? If you're going to do it,
Well,
man,
he
just do
didn't
the
want
whole
the whole thing last time.
Yeah, but it's fucking fine. I can't do with this entitled one-upmanship where people are taking piss out of each other. Someone will have an opinion. Everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's got an arsehole. You know, that's one of them sort of things in facts of life. But this one-upmanship, you know, I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but can't we all just get along a little bit better, please?
Yeah.
Make it a nicer place. It can be really, really toxic on Twitter, and it's a good place to meet people. It's a good place to have a bit of banter and stuff like that. But when you're infighting between fans, come on. Especially pathetic little slurs and all that sort of stuff.
After a win as
flagging
well.
people off after, exactly after a win and stuff like that.
It's our fans on our fans. It's like, what
yeah,
are you doing, lads? It's like,
I mean, if you're a little wet white fucking basement rocket that's fucking wanking himself off in his mum and dad's house, fair enough. Get fucking stuck into him, rip him a new arsehole, fuck off, you little dweeb. But when it's your own fans, let's try and be a bit more nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's be more approachable, lads.
You don't look like you're some kind of big man because you've slagged off a fellow fan or made somebody look like a fucking arsehole. Do you know what I mean? You just make yourself look a prick. So
yeah,
there's no need. I mean, I
on the
understand
same
people have a bit
fucking
of a laugh.
side.
People can have a laugh, a bit of banter. I'll call Jay a dwarf. I'll say that Karl looks like fucking Gale off Coronation Street. I look like Jimmy Neutron. It is what it is. We all like a laugh. We all like a bit of a fucking giggle. But when it gets
like to stick his head right in camera.
Stop it. We're all here for one reason. That's, most of us are there for one reason. It's Leeds United. So just get along. Stop being dickheads anyway.
Yeah,
exactly.
Fuck it. Embrace
well
it.
said, Smarts.
Absolutely. And on
we
that note,
we could do a thing where Orton No Bitter was brought to you by Pundit Beer.
there you go. Very good. Very good, Billy product. Very good. And on that note, it has just gone nearly 9:25 on Tuesday evening. I think that's a wrap.
That is a wrap.